Since we are beginning the novena of Saint Ignatius of Loyola, let me share some reflections on his life. Ignatius was born at the end of 15th century in the Basque province of Spain. Out of the 24 noble families, Loyola was one of them. Loyola is the name of a small town. His name was Inigo, and later on he changed to Ignatius. Till the age of 26, he was a worldly man. His father, his brothers were all soldiers in the king's palace. So Inigo too was trained in warfare. He dressed well to impress upon young women. He liked women. So he was in their company. Then a war broke out between the king of Spain and the king of France at a place called Pamplona. There, a cannonball hit him and injured very badly, and other leg also was injured. The French soldiers took care of him. They did not take revenge on him. He was brought back to the castle of Loyola. Those days, there were not anesthesia and these painkillers. So they have to once again cut his leg and set the bone correctly, because at Pamplona it was set wrongly. He bore that pain. But then he noticed still the bone is not set properly. It has sort of come out. So he was ashamed of himself. He wanted to look good, to impress others. So once again he was ready for the third operation. But still he was limping later on. So as he was taking rest at the castle of Loyola, he asked that he should be given some books to read. So they gave him the life of Christ and the lives of saints. Those books touched him. He began to reflect. Saint Francis of Assisi has done great things for Jesus. Benedict has done, Dominic has done. What am I doing here? So he reflected and prayed. And then in the vision, Mother Mary appeared to him. Then it was clear to him that he should give up all these worldly things and follow Jesus. But he was not sure what to do. He thought of joining the Carthusian orders. But then he gave up that idea. So he said, let me go to Jerusalem. So he left Loyola and he started to walk, to go to Montserrat, another town. There he went. For the whole night, he stood as a guard in honor of Mother Mary. He kept his sword and other things there. Then he took an appointment with a priest for confession. And he himself says, he wrote down all his sins. It was a general confession. And it took him 3 days for his confession. He received communion, took part in the Mass. Then he goes to a shop, buys cloth, rough cloth, sackcloth, and orders the tailor to prepare for him a loose garb. Then he removes all his clothes and puts that garb, and his own clothes he gives to a beggar. The beggar was very happy to have such flashy clothes. But some people caught the beggar. He said, "You have stolen this thing. How did you get this?" So Ignatius has to interfere and tell that, no, he didn't steal. I had given him. So he stayed at Montserrat for some time, and then he proceeded. And what happened to him, we will hear tomorrow. Inigo was a worldly man, but God touched him, and he responded to that God's call. Mary Magdalene, whom we remember today, though traditionally it is said she was a great sinner, but there is no such reference in the Bible, so we are not sure. What we are sure is that Jesus cast out 7 demons from her. And then she followed Jesus till the end. Both Mary Magdalene and Ignatius had a new life. They want to follow Jesus. Are we ready? Are we really ready to follow Jesus? Are we ready to give up our old ways? Or we live in the same old stubbornness? We are stubborn people. We don't want to change. We want one side God for our rescue, for our help. And another side we want our own old habits. Both these saints give us a message. Give up. Give up that yourself. Place yourselves in the hands of Jesus. He will lead you. He will show you the way. And you walk the path which Jesus will show you. Let us ask for this grace that we may become true Christians. The true Christian is not the one who wears a cross or scapular or comes to a church. The true Christian in his or her life follows Jesus, gives witness to Jesus and to the teaching of Jesus. Let us pray that we may become true disciples of Jesus.